the top curve of the sleeve, also known as the cap of the sleeve, we need to sew 2 lines of gathering stitches as pictured here. So from the double notch across that notch at the top to the single notch on the other side. Now to do a gathering stitch, we're going to do 2 rows, one at 1/4 of an inch and one at 1/2 an inch. So the first thing is you want to make sure you have a really nice long thread tail. Your stitch length needs to be the longest your machine can do, and do not backstitch. You cannot use a gathering stitch if you do not backstitch. So for this first pass, I am doing this in real time so you can see how slow and careful I am being. It is a sharp curve that you are stitching, and I'm going to show you a little trick here in just a second. So as I came around the curve, my fabric started to bunch up strangely. So I made sure my needle was down, lifted my presser foot up, I'm doing it again here, and I shifted my fabric to lay flat again under the presser foot as we get to the curve. When you get to the opposite side, you're going to not backstitch, do not backstitch, pull a really long thread tail off as you are removing it from the machine, and cut your threads so you've got long thread tails. This is the one time that you want long thread tails. See how long that is. We need that in order to do our gathering stitch. So now that we've done a 1/4 of an inch, I'm going to move the thread tails from the first row of stitches out of my way. And then I'm going to sew again at a 1/2 inch seam allowance, doing the exact same steps. Do not backstitch. We are still at our longest stitch length. Nothing has changed. And I'm going to go all the way around. The most important part of this when you're doing the second row of stitching is that these lines cannot cross each other. So if you happen to get a little, even I got a little crooked on my gathering stitches, do not let them cross over each other because then the gathering stitch won't work. Again, we do not backstitch on either end. So now you can see those 2 rows of gathering stitches with long thread tails on each side. And I'm going to repeat that same process. So on this sleeve, I'm starting at a single notch and stitching over to the double notch. Do not backstitch. I'm going to say this 3 more times. And again, this part is now sped up. I am sewing fast. I am not sewing this fast. Do not backstitch here. Cut your tails. Leave long thread tails. We need to be able to grab those thread tails to pull them in the future. I personally prefer to do the shorter backstitch, not the shorter backstitch. I just saw the word backstitch. The shorter gathering stitch first, the one at a 1/4 of an inch, and then do the longer one after that. Okay, do not backstitch on your last one. Cut your thread tails.